In honor of Rick and Morty returning, naturally I had to wear my Szechuan sauce hat. Hey y'all, my name is Nat. I hope you're having a terrific day today, and for this video we are going to be doing the mid-year freak out book tag. So before we get into anything bookish, make sure to hit like and subscribe down below and tell me in the comments how close are you to hitting your reading goal for the year. Currently, I am at 60 out of the 75 I was planning to read this year. I'm pretty impressed with myself. I thought 75 was like a nice solid number that was still easily achievable. Did not realize it would be this easily achieved. This is the best tag of the year, and I can't believe I didn't consider putting it in for my video plans in the month. I don't know what happened to me, but when I started seeing everybody posting it, I was like, oh, right, I need to do that. It's the mid-year, which is a weird thought process in its own, but I'm only a little late. It's still technically about midway through the year, right? First question, best book you've read so far in 2021. I have two to give you. One is Gods of Jade and Shadow by Silvia Moreno-Garcia. I would probably say this is my favorite fictional for the year. I just feel like this held so many nostalgic feelings for me, and it's not like I had this book in my childhood, but it feels like I could have. It is just so happy and wholesome. It is a revitalized fairy tale, but in Mayan mythology, and I love that it's set in the 1920s in Mexico. It's a different setting for that time period that isn't usually used. This story follows Cassiopeia after she is linked to a Mayan death god and has to help him to retake his throne from his brother who has usurped him. If me listing it as the best book of the year isn't convincing enough, I highly recommend this book. Like I said, this definitely reads like a fairy tale, but it has enough nuances in it that an adult can enjoy it much more than a child could. Can you let her out? Sorry, I'm hooked up. Dad? The other book I picked, however, was a nonfiction, so that actually worked out really well, and this is Bad Feminist by Roxane Gay. I read this as a part of my feminism reading vlog, and I think this might be my favorite nonfiction for the time being. I just loved the way Roxane Gay discussed the way feminism has been affected in media and how that then affects how we perceive feminism and react to it. I truly enjoyed this so much. It just got my brain running and had me thinking about all of these different things that can really affect people when it comes to practicing feminism, thinking about feminism. But at the same time, in our society, it is very difficult to be a perfect feminist. We all fall into these different traps that could make us a bad feminist, but that's okay. Across the board, I loved this. I think it just had me thinking about so many different things that I'd never really considered before. I have so many tabs in this, some that made me angry, some that made me happy. Next question, best sequel you've read so far in 2021. Is this even a surprise? Will I ever shut up about this series? I don't know. I'm gonna be completely honest here. This series is gonna answer some stuff further down the line in this tag. Leave Free the Stars, 𝗖cie sais𝘁𝗁𝘁. Probably the best fantasy book I've ever read. It just ticks all of my boxes. It was amazing. I don't know what else to say here because I've talked about it ad nauseum. Next question. New release you haven't read yet but want to. So I feel like it would be cheating if I just went to my TBR and started listing out a ton of books that have come out recently and I want to read. Also, we'd just be here forever. So instead, I just picked some on my physical TBR. So we got The Box in the Woods by Maureen Johnson. That didn't work. Arsenic and Adobo by Mia P. Manansala. And then finally, The Maidens by Alex Michaelides. I want to read all three of these, which is why I own them. But when will I get to them? Well, these two are in my July TBR, so hopefully I'll get to them this upcoming month. We'll see. Next question. Most anticipated release for the second half of the year. Is this even a question for me? A Good Day for Chardonnay by Dorinda Jones, the second book in the Sunshine Vikram series. I am dying to get my hands on it. It doesn't come out until July 27th, but not much longer until I will have this beautiful thing in my hands. I cannot wait to see more of Levi on page. I'm so excited for it, you guys. I need to know what happened in their past to cause all of this tension. Next question. Biggest disappointment. Ugh, okay, this one kind of hurts to say, but The Cousins by Karen and McManus. This was definitely a anticipated release for me because I love Karen and McManus's other works that I've read, but unfortunately this was not it. This definitely suffered compared to her first few books. I just think the biggest drawback is the fact that the characters in this weren't nearly as well fleshed out as I feel they are in the other stories. I understand they are YA mystery, so obviously character work is not the main focus. While the mystery throughout this was still well done, I just wish I could have loved these characters as much as I have her others in, say, One of Us is Next, One of us is lying. Two can keep a secret. I did not, unfortunately. These characters were fine, but I genuinely can't even remember their names. Next question. Biggest surprise. Okay, so with this one, I feel like this shouldn't have been a surprise, but it was, and that's gonna be The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I read this as a part of the Buy Book Club's January pick, question mark? Or was it February? I don't know, it doesn't matter. I went into this not really expecting to like it. I just don't particularly care about Golden Age Hollywood. I don't really want to know all that goes on in celebrities' lives. This just really didn't appeal to me. And yet, with that all being said, I really enjoyed it. I think I gave it 4 stars. The character work in this is just magnificent. Evelyn is so beautifully morally gray. She is fascinating. She loves people so deeply, and she will do anything, and I mean anything, to protect those people. And I admire that about her. But she is also just very unapologetically herself, has had to do many things to get where she is at this point in her life when we meet her. And they aren't all pretty, but you have to admire her dedication to her craft in order to become such a big success. I'm still in awe that I liked this book as much as I did because, like I said, the premise did not appeal to me at all going in, but my lord, Taylor Jenkins Reid's character work in this, phenomenal. Highly recommend for that. Next question. Favorite new author? Debut or new to you? I told you she was gonna come back up. 𝗖cie his𝘁𝘁. I will buy anything this woman writes because her writing, eloquent, beautiful, transforming. Oh, it's so good. So good. Another one I could definitely say is Karen Slaughter. I did not grab Pretty Girls, but Karen Slaughter, 100%. Holy crap, Pretty Girls was like the craziest thriller I have ever read. I cannot wait to get some more books from her backlist. I just haven't made time for them because I know they're all gonna be super heavy, plus they're pretty long, but oh, I am excited for her to just make my jaw drop again. Then finally, I think I would say Emily Henry, specifically her romance books, which are the only ones I've read of her work, but I really enjoy what she does with characters in her stories. I think she manages to make romances a little heavier and more realistic and a lot more grounded than some of them can feel. They're not purely just fluffy dribble. And while I could definitely lose myself in these stories, I think they also have some realisticness in them that I can really appreciate, particularly with her characters who feel so like real people with real flaws. And then they acknowledge said flaws and discuss with their partner how they can affect their relationship. And we know, hot button for me. I love that. She just has done it so well, and I cannot wait for her to come out with a new romance book. I will eat it up immediately. Next question. Newest fictional crush. Usually I wouldn't really answer this, but Nasir Gamek has a way with words that is truly enviable because this man, how does he spout out such poetry? Everything he says regarding Zafira just had me falling in love with him. I don't know how she withheld for so long. This is very slow burn, that's why. Next question. Newest favorite character. For this one, I'm definitely gonna go with Alden from Conventionally Yours. He's just such a sweet cinnamon roll. I was talking about him so much in my popular opinions book tag, so I won't do it again here. He is neurodiverse. He isn't 100% sure in what his sexual label is. He is an anxious hot mess, but he is a badass nerd and can kick your butt at 𝗖cie, which is the card game he is obsessed with. I just adored him throughout this entire story. I wanted to wrap him up in a giant blanket and give him the biggest hug and a nice warm mug of hot cocoa. Just precious little baby. Next question. Book that made you cry. I can't not say this because I think I might have been crying more in this book than any other book I've ever read. There were tears in my eyes for probably 75% of this story, and that was Wolfsong by TJ Klune. The angst, guys. Even when it was happy, I was still somehow sad. I don't know how, but anytime 2 specific characters came up, you could bet there were tears in my eyes. I'm in the middle of the second book right now, and still, anytime one of those characters comes up, waterworks. They're running. They're going. Apparently, I like torturing myself because now this whole series is just gonna make me cry like a baby. And I'm still reading. On the opposite side, books that made you happy. Definitely Red, White, and Royal Blue for one. I reread this. Beautiful, sweet, love, happiness. Also check please. Also reread this. Fluffy, wholesome, pure, adorable. And then definitely also People We Meet on Vacation. I just gobbled up all of the friendship throughout this story and how it developed into a relationship. Next question. Most beautiful book you've bought so far this year or received? Unsurprisingly, I'm bringing this up again. Also, the first book. Both of these are gorgeous. Like, can we just talk about how beautiful these covers are? Really though. Along with those, I have 2 new additions to my collections. This one is just the creepiest but most gorgeous thing. It just screams Halloween to me, but in that very aesthetically pleasing Halloween way. Then finally, also Where Dreams Descend, this with the little foiling on the dots, the beautiful chandelier. We have a nice cartoon-esque character, which I don't really like alive people on my covers, so this is much more up my alley. The red tapestries, which you know would probably be velvet and just beautiful. Final question. What books do you need to read by the end of the year? A lot. What's currently sitting around me, I'm gonna put both of these up as contenders. Don't necessarily know if they will be read this year, but possibility. As I mentioned, both of these babies are on my July TBR, so hopefully those will get read soon. And also this one. I could probably hold up every other book I own and say, yeah, I would like to get this read this year. Will it happen? Probably not. All right, y'all, so thank you so much for coming to my channel today, guys. I really appreciate it. I come out with videos on Monday and Friday, but until then, I hope you continue to have a terrific day. Love you, bye!